All right, what's up, y'all? We're restoring what is it? Bonus time. And it looks like I already have a couple people in here. Someone says, are any luck on the bubble noise for Hot Head Bop? Hot Head Bop is way done, man. Hot Head Bop has been done. We've already found that. Someone says they love me. And I love you, random citizen. Megamind. Alright, so check out what we got. I'm gonna play the song and then I'm gonna add some of the instruments in so we can start. So it looks like we got, let's see. For our first round, we've got this bass. Alright, so we got this bass, right? And I'm pretty sure that's the DK1 acoustic bass. Oh, wait. So we need to make a new pattern, call it bass. And then copy paste. Okay. Now let's hear. Okay, so it's octaves too low. And it's also playing out. There we go. C3. When a Google Drive is updated with newer music. All this newest music is updated, man. I have nothing new to upload. Ouch. Whoops, sorry. Oh, the bubble noise for the water level. Nope, no update on that. Sorry. Now I don't know when that's going to be updated, but we've got plenty to restore right now. I'm not too worried about that. That brass. Is the intro going to be included? As far as I know, it's part of the bonus theme. Yeah, the intro and the both the lose and win themes will be included in this. So it looks like we got this. So let's do acoustic bass and put it to accompaniment. And let's go ahead, since we've got it, let's grab our acoustic bass mixer track, pre-made mixer track. Good. I like it. So let's put this at like the bottom of the mix. Yeah, this is FL Studio. Okay, so I forgot to mute all these out. So now we've got next we got drums. And we have to remember that there's a little piece of brass in this channel that we have to worry about. But basically we've got the which kick is this? Is this the DK2 kick? Because I think that's still the DK2 kick. The DK3 kick is like a roomier kick. So let's see. Right here, and we're using our power snare from DK2. And also we're going to use the boosh tom. It's going to be right here. So what we need to do is create a mixer track for the kick, send it to drums, the drums bus. And same for the snare, and send it to the drum. Does it have reverb on it, or is it supposed to be? No, it shouldn't have reverb on it. So we're going to send that to drums as well. And I think I have a pre-made kick mixer track for the kick. Cool. All right. We don't need loop points. And now the boosh tom, that's going to have its own pre-made mixer track as well, since we use it so much. And now we're going to have a track for drums. Or a pattern for drums. Call it drums and copy the kicks down. All right. Thank you for Mondays. Making Mondays a good day to look forward to. You're welcome. You're welcome. Need something good on Mondays. So look, we got our drum beat pattern pretty much. Actually, no, we'll worry about that later. But the drum beat pattern. Oh wait, I've got the snare and kick mixed up. Might be a little lower. I think the snare is supposed to be a little lower than that. Now, that's all good. I like how it bleeds into it. I like how the snare bleeds out. But the toms need to. So they happen right here. So do 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 do. So now we want to make sure that the toms are allowed to play their full thing. There we go. Cool. All right. You are a god among men. Well, thank you. Da-da-da. Sonic and the Hedgehog. Hello. Hey, Mondays. Good. All right. Now, so that's that channel. We can go ahead and add it to the mix. Looking good so far. All right. Enough monkey business. Let's go on to the next track. So it looks like we got the brass ensemble. Let's see. Whoops. Oh, am I in 64-bit? Okay, hold on, y'all. I gotta do the thing. Da-da-do, da-da-do, da-da-dum. Have you exported the DK2 jingles yet? No, not yet. Not until they're all done. And even then, they wouldn't really be... I mean, they'll be on the drive, but I don't know why you'd want them. Ouch, whoops. Sorry. Okay, so we gotta grab our... brass section. And then add a contact instrument. Hold on. So we need our sax section now. Which I made a new thing for the sax section. I don't know where it went. Either way, we'll just do... We know we want tenor F. We want to remove that one, and... So yeah, that most of that's the sax section, but we got a clarinet right here, which comes from DK1 originally. So we want to grab the sound font player because it's a sound font, and go to DK1 instruments and jazz clarinet. So now we have our 3 instruments that occur in this channel. Let's rename contact to sax section. Alright, so now our brass section, let's copy that and make a new pattern, call it brass layer 1. And so into the brass section goes that first layer. Now let's check it. So it should be an octave higher. Cool. I'm probably going to need to be a little louder, but we'll do that later. For now, we just need to give it its own mixer track and say that it goes into, I think it has no reverb on it, but we need to put it in the lead channel. And I'm going to go ahead and say that it needs to be, like, have more velocity. It needs to be up to 75%, which is the standard for leads. Cool. And maybe give it a little bit of release too. No, not that much. Maybe not even that much. Maybe just 100. There we go, that sounds good. Okay, now the sax section, which is most of this channel, we can go into copy and see how it sounds. Now it's not in the channel 1, so we have to do Alt-C. Now that we got some delay in there, but let's see. We're probably in a bad timing. So let's see what's the interval. Look here, you can see the interval clearly. It's oh, look, it's a step and a half exactly. So let's just remove all these. Remove all these and so let's legato everything. Well, no. Let's see if we have more to remove. We probably do. Actually, I think none of these repeat. So actually these repeat. So what we can do is, for this, we'll just highlight these and do glue, which means that any notes are right next to each other are gonna get, paired together. So that's good. Let's say that everything right here is gonna get legato. But I don't think we need that much for that note. So there's a pitch bend here that needs to happen. But first let's go and raise our levels, our velocity level. So and is it in the right octave? Yeah, it is in the right octave. So it looks like it's gonna be down. No, wait. It's gonna be down here and then it's gonna go up. Wait, no. It's gonna be a B. Let me refer to the original for this one because I'm not sure. I think it's just another sharp. Dun, da, 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 dun, da, 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 dun. Yeah, there we go. So what we need to do is I need to tell Contact to send the pitch bend range to 12 because if not, it's going to be way too small. See, it's still too small, so what we need to do is go to the inside of the thing and say that, let's find the source pitch bend. So pitch bend should be all the way up. Right now it's at 2. We want the range to be 12. So now it should span 2 semitones. But we only needed to go pitch up for 1 semitone. So let's go remove all this and say that right here, mark our place right here. We're going to want to pitch up, and it's going to take, let's see, one step to do. And I don't actually know how much is a step because they removed the measurements on me in an update. So what I'm going to do is, let's say range is 1. Let's go to 1 and then insert that. So now we go to the end, to the start. And then we go all the way down the line and say that this is going to be... Actually, let me just say scale levels and then go multiply to 0. So we want this to be flat. We want this to be 0 so we can have normal pitch throughout the rest of it. And so we want to duplicate this because there's 2 notes here that do the same thing. Duplicate that, and then once that note is done, we want it to return normal. Whoops. I don't know that that was enough. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, so maybe if we double it. Let's go scale levels. Scaling is 100%. Now we need to do 200%. So now it's 2 notes. Okay, so it doesn't actually do that much in the original. It probably is just 1. But maybe I have the wrong note because something doesn't sound right. I think it's because it was quicker than that, not because it's a wrong note. So let's see if we can do it in half the time. Perfect. There we go. That's what we were missing. Here it does it again. So we got to go and copy what we did. Let's mark our place. We want it to happen right here. and again at 10. And that's the clarinet solo, so let's go and copy our clarinet then. An octave up, 2 octaves up. So it looks like we need a little bit of release on there because it's a very start and stop. So now we need to give the sax, I almost said gas station, sax section a mixer track as well. We need to put it in leads, and because it's a lead, and then we need to give the jazz clarinet a track and also put it in lead. Oh, we got another pitch bend moment over here. So right at 14. Oh wait, it got removed from my clipboard. Okay. So there's no loop for this track for some reason, so it doesn't really loop perfectly. I think this is the point where it's supposed to loop right here. So let's cut this off and just say that's the end. That's where it loops. Actually, no, this might make a good ending, so I'm going to leave that in there. I'm going to see how it works out in the end. And we pretty much want this layer to be the top. It's a little bit of swanky swing right there. Actually, someone said it may be a quicker slide, and they're probably right, because it still might need a quicker. So let's do the same thing we did before. Let's make a, where is it? It's gone. Oh wait, I'm in this one. It's still gone. Wait, what? Oh, here it is. So, just means that we need a step. Good. All right, now let me go and copy it. Replace every time it has it with this. Okay, that's good. So the clarinet should fade out a little bit on every note. It shouldn't be so sustaining. All right. So what's next? Okay, fun stuff going on here. And SBC tool froze on me. Hold on. Do do do. I got brass section again. Clarinet. And we got some piano. So let's grab this first one. Make a new pattern, call it brass layer 2. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, the sax is supposed to have a delay. Okay, let's shut this off for a second. Now, the sax needs to have a delay of 1.5 steps, if I recall correctly. And I do. Now, 1.5 steps, if you look in the left corner here, is 1/24. Close enough. So, and it doesn't delay all the time. So we want to stop it around, like, after the intro. Right about here. Cool. Alright, so now back to the next layer, we have a bunch of delay here. So, 2, maybe. Okay, it's a step and a quarter, it looks like. Yeah, 1.25 steps. Alright, so yeah, 1.25 steps. So we remove all this. Let these ring out. Well, actually, all of these are, like, these don't ring out, so it doesn't make sense that the other one should. They should all be short notes. And wait, what's this? Is this another? That last one, should I have removed that? Oh yeah. There we go. So just like before, we want to have delay in the first part. And we want to set it to a step and a quarter. When a quarter is 12. So if you look up in the top left, we got 112, 111. Close enough. Perfect. All right. All right, so what next? So now we have some, actually, what else do we, I think we have some clarinet after that. All right. Yep, clarinet. And I think we want it to be 2 octaves up. And we want to make sure that it goes up to here. Wait a minute. I think it's supposed to be up here. We want to let this note ring out more for sure. Shut this off for a second. And that one too. Cool. Okay, so now the, what was that? The piano. Piano is what we need. So the piano sample was a contact, and no, it was a wave station patch from DK2. And it's actually a dulcimer, but it's supposed to sound like an upright piano. Maybe not so loud on that, but I do want that higher velocity. Maybe not so much maybe not so much reverb. Good. Okay, so that pretty much concludes that layer. So now I think we have another layer of brass after this. Okay, so we got the saxes. Let's call this brass layer 3. Remember, we need to set them to channel 1. Move these delay notes. And I want to like top these out at. There we go. And remove these delay notes. I forgot about these. Okay, so legato. Okay, cool. So now we have a we have the brass. And it's supposed to be an octave up. Alright, so I want that. I don't want that, I don't want this one to end so quickly. There we go. And let's make these a different color so that we can manipulate them differently. And I want to fade them out manually. There we go. Now it just gives them a bit of realism so it's not so start and stop. Cool. Alright, so now we had another piano in there somewhere, right here. No, and I forgot to add this to the main mix, so let's just go and add 2 and 3 and see how it sounds. Ooh. Okay, so it sounds a little bit like there's some weird dissonance going on in the in the first parts. The piano needs to come down. And the sax section needs a bit of decay. So it needs to, the notes need to be shorter. Not shorter, but like fade out a bit. Oh wait, I know where that's come from. The pitch here is out of tune. So that sounds a little bit weird up here. So should that sound like that? That's the first, oh, froze on me. Okay, that's good. Now what about the second layer? So that's good. Now what about the third layer? Ah, it froze on me again. So we got, so this one needs to be an octave higher, actually. That's what the problem is. There we go. Now it should sound more together. There we go. Now it sounds more like it's one. All right, cool. So now, what's next? So what's that first one? That first one was... I think we're here now. We're on 6. So we got sax right here. Let's call this brass layer 3. Or 4 actually. So now we gotta bring it up to a normal. I think this is an echo right here. Yeah, this is an echo. Are these all echoes? So this is an echo of which part? Okay, we already have a delay on the saxophone in that part, so we don't need it. But we do need the sax on that part. That da-da-dum, da-da-dum. I still don't know if all of that is a is an echo or not. And it froze on me again, so. So all these are echoes, because listen to how quiet they are. That's not. But we're only concerned. All the so everything, all the saxophone parts except for that are an echo at that point. So now what we need to do is find the, let's see, what channel are we on? I think we're on 6, yeah. So we gotta, next is the, this is not an echo. This is the brass again. And remember, it's an octave up. So now all these echo notes gotta go. And I think this is an echo as well. That dun 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 dun. Yeah. which means that we don't need to gate the saxophone because it's always echoing. So what's the interval? The interval might be different. So we've got a step and a quarter, I think. Yeah, so it just needs to change. The only difference, it doesn't need a gate. Like, it doesn't need to disable halfway through. It just needs to change from being a step and a half to a step and a quarter. So let's insert this right here and then so let's insert what we have right here. Oh wait. Insert it to time. So right here is when we want to start it. So we want to go to 1 1/4 and then insert. Keep pitch. And then we also want to keep that brass section right there. Oh wait, it already has it. I never removed it for some reason, but it's okay because we don't need to. And the clarinet is also has a delay on it in that channel. Cool. So let's check on the okay, so this right here is an echo. I know that. And it's already got the echo on it. Alright, so let's see. So everything sounds pretty much good here so far. Now let's see if there's any more things that aren't echoes. So did we get that? Yeah. So that part was an echo. I'm trying to figure out where I was. There we go. Da-da-da-da-da. This is an echo. This is an echo. But this is not. So wait, then what's this right here? Ah, it's the other layer. And this is an echo that we can delete. And I think our echoes are too loud, first of all. They don't need to be that strong. We're supposed to be in like a swing room. Like we're, you know, like a studio. At least that's how I understand it, because it's a swing track. Okay, so that goes there. And then... So now we've got one more brass track. Brass. Actually, nothing is occurring here, so we can just put it in the last one. Well, yeah, there is something occurring. The first one in here, it starts off with a sax, right? Yeah. So it looks like we got some delay. We got some delay notes here. So let's remove those real quick. And we need to change it to channel 1. Alright, good. So we got some brass stabs here, and that's about it. Yeah, so that's pretty straightforward. Let's call this brass layer 5. Hey, hey. Alright, and that pretty much, well, there's one more. We got that piano, right? So I think what I want to do is I want to put all the saxes and like each instrument into one channel. So let me go take the saxes and go down here, layer 1, layer 1, layer 1, and call this sax section. Okay, and then the next one, let's make this one the brass. Let's go cut, go to 5, and paste. Cut, paste. Go to 5, cut, and paste. Okay, now we got all our let's call this brass. Let's call this yeah, just brass, because it's trumpets and trombones, I'm sure. Okay, and this one will be for the piano. Oh, we only have 2 layers of piano? No, wait. We have more in the other sections. And then the last track will be, well, second to last track will be for our clarinet. And we actually have a brass section piece in here. So we got clarinet here and another clarinet here. Cool. So now let's call it clarinets. 2 clarinets. And this we can just delete because there's nothing left. And this we've got some space here, so let's cut and paste. panning. Do we have any panning? Let's see. I think we do have some panning, so let me take it for a second. So it's like the sax section has a singular pan. Let's see. And it furs on me again. All right. So it looks like everything pretty much has a singular panning, as it would in real life, because you'd have the sax section in one part of the room, and the other part would be this brass. So here's the panning for the saxes right here. Let's copy this. And for the trumpets, or the brass, whatever. And this PC tool froze on me again, so let's restart that. And this looks like it's got a left panning thing. Let's see right here. We need to make sure the cursor falls on the on not an echo note, so we can catch the panning right. Okay, cool. So brass section goes to the left a bit. All right, so now the clarinet is next. So the clarinet, here's a clear part of the clarinet right here. That just, wait, is that an echo? No, it's just a quiet part, because everything's quiet. Remember, it has like not much velocity. So highlight this and say, okay, here's the panning for the clarinets. But there's two clarinets, so do they, no, they have the same panning pretty much, because I see this one's the other layer right here. And now as for the piano, let's see. The piano is panned to the left a bit. Okay, so now that should be all of our panning, except for, let's see, there's no panning on the snare. What about the tom? No, the tom's center, so the drums are pretty much center. And also there's one more thing I forgot, and I'll get to that in a second. And also I forgot this, there's another brass section here, at least I think it's a brass section. It's saxes. Okay, so let's go drop this in the sax section. And actually we have some that were never, this one's at, so it never got actually copied. Now these longer notes, I want them to last like for the whole thing, even though, because it, just kind of breaks the 8-channel limitation. But the notes don't last that long, so I need to make them last longer, because I know in the original they have more of an, the notes last longer than that. Cool. Actually, I think I could go to a second. Nice, perfect. Cool. All right. So now the brass section, doesn't matter what color they are. But should they really, they're like way, yeah, I think they should be like that. Let me just make sure. Let me double check their notes. So we got da-da-dum, da-da-dum. Actually, they should be like that, but they should be an octave up. I think I forgot to put this one an octave up. Beautiful. So that could be a cool ending if we just drag this note out. And the same goes for the rest of them. Drag that last note out. Okay, cool. So I don't know if I like that ending very much. So it looks like it does this thing where it like where where it ends, but like just on that last note. Like there's a stinger that leads into the next part. So we have to put it on, let's see, not half a beat, not even a step. But a fourth of a step. Okay, and now we have to make a cut at right here. And that's our loop right here. There we go, perfect. Now for the ending, I would say we just end it right at the da-da-dum, da-da-dum. There we go. All right. The part in the middle reaches a higher note in the original track. Let's see. So let's see, I think you mean here. No, it doesn't go higher than that. That would be crazy if it went higher than that. Maybe the brass section does, though. Let me check on the notes in that section. Actually, I think it'd be easier just to listen to the original. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go copy this and see if it matches. And we already we put it an octave higher for the brass, which means that this, let's see. So it fits in right here, and it looks like some of these notes actually intersect, but they're not supposed to. They're supposed to be an octave higher. See, this one's an octave higher because there's no like equivalent. This one's not. So this one should be like this. This one should be normal. See, now this one matches because when you go down, it's the same thing. Now that sounds better. See, but this one doesn't sound quite right. I don't know why, but I think this one is supposed to not be an octave higher. But see, now that sounds much better as a whole. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and copy all this, make sure it kind of matches, because the brass section's octaves are a bit weird. So let's see. But there's always going to be somewhere different that the this one's an octave higher. Looks like an octave higher. So let's remove this. We already know this is right. This is right. This is right. Now, but here's a problem. These are not... Hold on, so this one... But this is the end, I know, so it doesn't matter, but... Either way. So next track would be this one. So that's good, an octave up, an octave up. But this is not. Yeah, so that's good. So this is good, an octave up. And here's the octave for this one, and these two. I think that the see, is there a brass section in the third to last one? Yeah, there is. It's right here. Octave up. So this one wasn't pushed an octave up. These were too, it's too big of a jump. There we go. I should have known that. Okay, so back to the checking. This one should be an octave higher. Looks like a lot of these I never pitched up an octave. This one's an octave higher. All these octave higher. Okay, so that effectively means that all that's left is this one, these stingers here. Which I'm not even going to worry about. Now this piano, it looks like some of the notes were taken out. So some of the notes were taken out because they ran out of room, like ran out of channels to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix that. I'm going to add some. Because there's a lot of, because these are obviously like, you know what goes here. But I'm not sure if those chords are the ones we want, but I know that there's enough chords in the brass to tell us what chords we want to use. So here's where we want to change. And so let me go to that spot in the brass section. See if that'll tell me. So it looks like we got G, 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 C, C, G. Major, of course. So now in the piano, we go to... So here's where we want to change. We want to go to B, dun dun, B, B, C, C, B. And then here we go to, let me set to B for this so I don't change any times. But they've been doing this thing where it goes, they've been using the actual finger. Right there at 37, it seems like it's missing some low notes. Let's see. It kind of does seem like it's missing some low notes. The bass is not an octave lower. The bass is right, but let's see. It's probably some brass that we're missing. Might be this no, that's the right octave. I think it's the brass again. So let's go and copy the brass once more. Just this part though. So let's see, the first part would be but there's no chords in there. So next channel. There's chords in here though. So it should be an octave up. So we've got that sound, so it's got to be, that's done, that's done, it goes, dun, 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 dun. So we're good on that one. So now the next track, where's the trumpet? Right here. So we got an octave up, so that means this one, this one, this one, and this one. So that's that. Oh, and it froze on me again. Damn. All right. So right here would be where we want to be. So, so it's this one. Boom, 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 boom. But this one right here, this might be an octave too high. So yeah, looks like we got this one outstanding. Let me see, there's another track here. Let me check it against that one. Okay, so we've got that here. That's an octave up. So they're all pretty much checked, which means that it's probably just a product of mixing. Like that we need to mix it better so that they encompass all the bass that they need to. Because it still needs to be mixed. No, it's not, the bass definitely isn't lower. Check it out. Now the bass is heavier in the compressed version because we still need to EQ everything. Wait, is it lower? It might actually be lower. No, it's not. Or maybe it's in the wrong key, actually. What? Yeah, I think I actually put the wrong mix, I think I actually put the wrong root note. My bad. Alright, that sounds pretty good to me. You just might need to fine-tune some of the lengths of the notes and some of the instruments and whatnot. But that means that it's all there. Yeah, it definitely is fixed. So we got everything going good. We just need mixing now, which I will do at a later date. But first of all, we need to catch the win and loss theme. So win is number 30. Let me get a new pattern. So we got our bass. Brass section. We need we need about the velocity to be center. Alright. And then it's already got the delay on it, which is the next track, so. Oh wow, we actually got the DK2 snare. So it uses a different snare from the regular theme. So we need to go grab the normal DK2 snare. Put it here. I think this one's it right here. No. This is it right here. So now we need our kick. Looks like the snare is too high. Maybe not. Oh yeah. And then we got our toms. Which still uses the same power tom. I believe. Yeah. Didn't copy. Cool. Froze on me. All right, restart. Yep, that's the same drum as Lockjaw. Oh. Wait, what? Oh my god. So we got 2 layers of brass section. Octave up. Wait a minute. And they need to be center velocity. And the snare, I want it to be louder for sure. Cool. And I think there's actually an instrument we forgot. This last one right here. For the regular theme. Yeah, that hi-hat. Now I'm not sure, because this is supposed to be like a jazz hi-hat where you just keep hitting it. So I don't think we need like a closing or opening hi-hat like we usually do. I think it's just straight up the open hi-hat that like interrupts itself. Call this hi-hats. But it doesn't actually change pitch. You want it to have like they have a very strong hit. I think this is supposed to be an octave up. Yeah. So it's supposed to be kind of like a jazz ride, so to speak. But I think they removed the ride sample from the game. Did you make all the synths? The ones that are actual synthesizers, yes. The instruments, no, I found them from the internet and whatnot. Now this last one I want it to kind of ring out. Anytime it stops playing. Let's make a mixer track for it and put it into the drums. Listen daily. Thanks, man. Glad you enjoy it. I could use the win as the ending. That would be pretty cool. Let's see, how would that work? actually works pretty well. Question, did you grow up playing the DKC trilogy? Is there any other games you'd like to restore? Yes, I did grow up playing these games. But no, there are no other games that I would really like this process would really be worth it, because it takes a lot of time and effort, especially to find the samples. And there's not really another game that I would be willing to do this for free. This is legitimately amazing. Keep up the great work. I love your videos. Thank you. Alright, so cool. I like that. So now we're going to take a bit of a break. I'm going to save this as the real deal. Well, actually, I forgot about the lose theme. We still got to do the lose theme. Then we're going to take a break. Looks like it's too high. And I think the other one's going to be that way too. Yeah, it's supposed to sound like a ride cymbal, which has a very sharp snap. Cool. Octave up and medium velocity. channel 1, an octave down, two octaves up, and it doesn't need to be that much, maybe halfway. Why does it keep copying that part? Copy this. Here we go. Cool. Yeah, Dave knows about it. Yeah, he's talked about it. He seems, he says he's greatly humbled by, but he says they're not really restorations, they're remixes, but, you know, which they are, technically remixes. So, yeah, let's listen to it one more time, and then I'm going to take a break. And I won't be back till tomorrow. I'll be doing this probably at the same time tomorrow, like or at the in the afternoon, in the evening tomorrow. Cool. I might actually just go with the other ending I had, because that one it's just too big of a break. Cool. Alright, save that. And I'm going to play it one more time for y'all. Alright, go. Now the pitch bend up on the sax still isn't going right, so I just copied the old one. I'm gonna scale it to, I know what I want to scale it to. So let me just perfect. Let me just make sure the scale is right. So we had it at there. Now we went to there. It's a little bit too high. Perfect. All right. Cool. So, all right. So now that's where we're gonna stop for today. For tomorrow, I'll pick up the mixing and like really make it pop and like make the video and everything. It'll be awesome. But for now, I will see you guys later and have a good quarantine.